What is up, ladies and gentlemen? You already know is referee Steven Dumeng. The mixer, Steven Dumeng. I wear a couple of hats. Well, this one I do love. My mom gave me this hat. But in any case, here to talk UFC 308 predictions on the 1495 YouTube platform. Let's get right to it. Opening up the main card, we have middleweight action. Shara Bullet 14-0 against Armen Petrosyan 9-3. Sharabutin Magomedov. Shara is undefeated, not only obviously in his career, but in the UFC as well. And he's 3-0, looking to come off a somewhat aura losing unanimous decision victory. A number of viewers, fans, myself included, did feel like his last fight kind of showed a bit more hole in his game than we thought. I don't think he's as invincible as it may seem. But that said, I don't see Armen being able to take the O from Mr. Shara Bullet. We have Armen coming off a first round submission loss, no less. 3-2 in the UFC, and I just don't see it going in his direction. I think he's gonna end up 0.500, 3-3. Certainly a fighter that knows how to win. He has, aside from 3 decisions, 6 knockout and or TKO victories. So he certainly could catch Shara Bullet. Unfortunately, I just don't see it happening. I think Shara is going to come in, batter him, overwhelm him, and get the second round TKO in that fight. So I'm going Shara Bullet, TKO, remaining undefeated, second round. And moving on from that, we will have Lerone Murphy, the Iceman, sorry, that's someone else. Lerone Murphy, the Iceman, also donning the very famous moniker of Chuck Liddell, 14-0-1 against Dan Ige, also a very entertaining fighter. A lot of entertaining fighters on this card. Dan Ige probably being one of the most. That said, 18-8. Look into, again, thematically here is a number of undefeated fighters, and who's is going to go is probably one of the, just another factor here. But that said, Dan Ige coming off a unanimous decision loss in June to Diego Lopez. He is unfortunately 2-2 in his last 4. So he's just going 0.500, which again, the stats, these numbers, I really think about when I make my predictions. And, Diego Lopez, obviously a top tier fighter. Prior to that, he did knock out Andre Philly in the first round, took a decision loss to Bryce Mitchell prior to that, and then had a couple of wins prior to the loss to Bryce. Let's see, will it change, or will the win-loss current streak for Dan Ige continue? For me personally, I'm going with Lerone. Dan is a very tough, durable fighter. He's never been finished. I don't see Lerone getting the finish either. I think it's going to be his 9th decision loss. Dan Ige, that is. I'm going to go with Lerone by unanimous decision. I think Lerone's going to fight very defensively. He's not going to get too wild. He's not going to let himself get clipped. I think he'll be able to control Dan and be able to take it to the ground where he'll be looking for submissions or control and secure a 3-round unanimous decision to keep his O. So far, with the undefeated fighters, I might make a parlay here. Undefeated fighters, I'm going with Shara Bullet and Lerone Murphy as well. He is currently riding a 6-fight win streak. Last 3 by decision, and I think it's going to be a 4th decision win for Lerone Murphy. Look for Dan Ige to try and make it as exciting as possible, but I just don't see him being able to secure the victory there. Moving on, we have Magomed Ankalaev, 18-1-1 with 1 no contest against Alexander Rakic, 14-4. Rakic coming on riding a 2-fight skid, unfortunately. 2-3 in his last 5, so not the best. However, there should be an asterisk there. There was the TKO, the knee injury that he sustained against John Blachowicz. He did get TKO by Jiri in his last fight in April, and he is facing off with some people's who some people claim the uncrowned light heavyweight champion, Ankalaev, who is looking to. I mean, he honestly deserves a title shot. He really should be getting it. He's been on fire. I mean, he's hasn't lost since 2018. He's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0, 1, and 1 known contest run right now. I mean, the man deserved the title shot prior, but he should absolutely get it with this win, and I think he's going to get the title shot, and he's going to get the win in this fight. Rakic, a tough fighter for sure. Durable. I mean, he's been in 18 pro fights, and he's only been stopped 3 of those fights, and I don't see him getting stopped here either. Ankalaev has a number of, a lot of people think he is a decision fighter. To be fair, or points fighter, he does have 8 of his 18 wins by decision, no submission wins, and 10 KO or TKOs. I think he's going to add a 9th decision. I'm going to go with Ankalaev winning by unanimous decision and securing the title shot and getting this run even stronger with, like I said, unanimous decision victory over Rakic. I don't see him getting a stoppage. I do see him being able to out-wrestle and outwork, and again, much like the last fight, control the fight, control the pace, and keep Rakic grounded so he can secure a controlling 3-round decision victory. And give the man the title shot already. God darn it, man. Moving on, we have Robert Whittaker, the Reaper, Bobby Knuckles. I'm always taking a look at Sherdog, my favorite longtime website, MMA website. 26-7 against another, you guessed it, another undefeated fighter. This one being Khamzat Chimaev, a bit of a very high demand, in-demand fighter, I should say. Someone that we all want to see. I cannot wait to finally see him back in action. His last win being against the former welterweight title holder, Kamaru Usman, which, man, that was already a year ago. My gosh, time flies. Securing a majority decision in a fight some people felt Chimaev lost a bit of aura in. He looked a little exposed in ways. Some people arguing that Usman may have won, that Usman may have taken a 5-round fight had it been a 5-round fight. That said, the result stands. It was a majority decision win for Chimaev. He is also on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fight win streak in the UFC, and I see that continuing. Rob Whittaker, also a very tough fighter, someone that can't be discounted, coming off a very big win in his last fight, a first-round knockout, also securing a decision win over Paulo Costa. He is 3-1 in his last 4 fights, only losing to the current middleweight champion, DDP, by TKO. That said, Whittaker, a very talented fighter. Can he win this one? Certainly, I think he can. Will he win it? I mean, Chimaev, Khamzat is looking to prove himself. I mean, this guy's been out of the cage for a year. I think he's going to come out violent. He's going to come out destructive. I don't see this going to the cards. I think we're going to get classic Khamzat here. I'm talking 3 wins in like a month Khamzat, which he did. Was it a month? Let's take a peek here. It was in the span of about 2 or 3 months, but still a very impressive run and something that's very unheard of in the modern UFC era. I think we're gonna get that Khamzat again, rather, and I think we're gonna see him get a second round TKO. I think him and Whitaker are gonna trade. They're gonna stand and bang, and then he's going to clip Khamzat. Khamzat's going to clip Robert Whitaker. Oh my! Did I just throw off the balance of the universe with that one? No, I'm sticking with it. Of course, that was a slip. I probably should be drinking some more water when I do these. But that said, and getting some sleep. Sleep is very good for the body. That said, we will go with Khamzat Chimaev by TKO in the second round, and I would love to see him fight for the title following this victory. Moving on, in the main event, we have Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway, yet another undefeated fighter. We have Ilia 15-0. He's been looking quite dominant lately, coming off a second round knockout over Alexander Volkanovski. And I mean, a very impressive resume nonetheless. You know, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row in the UFC. And he's looking to take out one of the baddest, one of the most entertaining, Max Holloway. Blessed, 26-7, coming off one of the craziest knockouts of the year, and arguably in MMA, period. He is looking to get a title win here against Ilia and add to his unbelievable, we talk about resumes, this guy. Max, GOAT level resume. I mean, one of the best for a reason. Max Holloway looking to continue a 3-fight win streak, making it 4 in a row. Last 2 fights won by knockout. That Justin Gaethje knockout was absolutely insane at the very last second of a scheduled 25-minute fight. And prior to that, knocking out the Korean Zombie. Prior to that, getting a unanimous decision win. However, his last fight that he lost was in fact against Alexander Volkanovski, the same man that was taken out pretty quickly by his current opposition. Ilia, of course, like I just mentioned, getting that knockout win over Volk. With that in mind, this is a tough one. This is a coin toss. However, I am going with Ilia Topuria by unanimous decision. I think he's going to be able to withstand Max. I think we'll be able to see Ilia really bringing some new tools out and showcasing himself as a championship fighter. Max is extremely durable. I mean, he's been finished only once in his career by submission. I do not see him getting knocked out. I do not see him getting submitted. Regardless of how this fight goes, I do see it going to the cards. I do feel Ilia will be active and dominant enough to edge the decision victory. I'm going with Ilia Topuria by unanimous decision and still. So those are my picks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you as always for tuning in. Enjoy the fights. Until the next one, stay tuned and check out 1495 Sports. I'm going to keep holding his fist like a tough guy, but I'm not. I swear, no, unless I have to be. I'm teasing. But all jokes aside, thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, and again, stay tuned to our friends. This has been The Mixer. And again, stay tuned to 1495. Thank you so much for watching.